Okay, it's Monday, March 9th. Welcome to another coronavirus update and market update. Had a root canal this morning, so I might talk a little funny, but Monday, Dow futures looked horrible last night, down 1,100 points. The Dow opened up 1,800 down. A circuit breaker kicked in. What that means, if a certain percentage of the S&P ends up down, they stop trading. They did for 15 minutes. It's on a 3% hit, on a 7% hit on the S&P. They'll stop it again. They haven't done that yet. On a 20% hit of the S&P, they'll close it for the rest of the day. So that hasn't happened as I speak. The Dow's kind of been bouncing around. It was down as much as 2,000 points, a little bit more right now. What's started this off, obviously, beside the ongoing fiasco that is the coronavirus, is Russia said they were not going to curtail oil production, even though in falling demand because of what's happening. And so Saudi Arabia came out and started a price war. They were going to drop their prices on oil. Oil dropped an unprecedented 21% today. I've never seen that. Never seen that. I actually have never seen the market shut down like they did this morning at around 7 o'clock this morning. Only once did I see that in 1987. They didn't have quite the circuit breakers they had in place. So we basically lightened up on almost everything today. As I mentioned in previous emails and previous videos, we've started unloading about 3 weeks ago. We had most of it unloaded at least a week and a half ago, but we just got rid of the rest of it today because it's really my responsibility is to make sure clients don't lose big losses here. We retained a lot of gains in some of the accounts. Probably most of the accounts, and some negatives in some. But as a general rule, I think we fared very well. What's going on with the virus, of course, 114,000 cases now, 4,000 deaths. That is still about 3.5%, but many of those are older. So the young are fairly immune, to, at least to succumbing to this. It's in 112 countries now. That's 12 more than it was on Saturday when I did the last update. Some of the things going on, majority of deaths still in China with 80,000, over 80,000. Italy spiking now at 9,100 deaths, 9,100 cases. China 80,000 cases, Italy 9,000 cases, South Korea 7,500, Iran 7,100, France 1,400, Spain 1,000, and 624 here in the United States. Deaths commensurate with the percentage rate, although in the United States we've only had 22 deaths. That's still obviously horrendous. The list of countries that have this just keep expanding and expanding. Had a friend who came over from Japan. She flew back to Japan this morning. Yesterday morning, she said the airports were very empty and they were taking temperatures when she arrived there. Some of the new things that have popped up in the news. Romania closed school for 10 days, 428 new cases in Spain. Total cases top 1,000 there. 203 new cases and 11 deaths in France. One new case in the United States in Colorado. Italy, poor Italy, they got 1,800 cases, new cases there, 1,800 new cases. 55 new cases in Denmark, 136 new cases in Germany, 39 new cases in Belgium. Close to 600 new cases in Iran with 43 deaths there and 28 new cases in Japan and 2 new deaths there. Some of the emergency measures we're seeing, 16 days after the outbreak, the Italian government decreed today that they're going to try to contain about 16 million Italians living in 14 provinces in the north of the country. Restrictive measures. Travel in and out of the area, very restricted. Avoid gatherings. All schools and universities would be closed. Museums and places of culture closed. Cinema, pubs, theaters, dance schools, game room, casinos, they'll be closed. Sporting events, competitions are suspended. Ski resorts are closed. Swimming pools, sports halls, just you name it. Bars and restaurants, limited hours of opening. Shopping centers and department stores, limited hours. Just a real crazy situation here. In the United States here, 1 new case in Minnesota, Iowa, Tennessee, Maryland, Massachusetts. 7 new cases here in my home state of California. 5 in Contra Costa County, California, Riverside, that's down south. 1 in Fresno County, 2 new cases in New Jersey, and 7 new cases in Oregon. 1 new case in Virginia, Indiana, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Missouri, and 4 in Florida. So, yeah, the Feds did drop interest rates half a point last week. My anticipation, they do have a meeting coming up in March. They may do more. Central banks may coordinate and do more themselves together. This is not a financial problem per se. It's caused by a virus. So I'm not quite sure what they can do by flooding the market with money, but that's what they're going to do. Again, I will say there are going to be some great buys out there when this thing turns around. There's going to be some great buys when this thing turns around. I've already developed a list of companies that I really want to pick up, 2 different strategies. But right now, it's not a time to be messing with new money in the market. In my opinion, this is a dangerous situation. And unlike a one-off like a tsunami or a 9/11, when it's just is one and done and it happens, this thing is just ongoing. My local stores here, you can still buy bleach, but the antiseptic wipes, things like that, a lot of store shelves right down here in Safeway in our small town of Grass Valley are empty. So going to be a little bit disturbing here for sure. Okay, be safe. I'll keep you up to date. Website is moneymanagementradio.com. YouTube channel is under Mark Cunaberti. Thanks for watching. Be safe and be healthy, okay?